Okay. Adjust the camera here. So let's come to a posture, a restful posture, meditation posture. I think I want to share about this idea of grace or faith. But in Sanskrit, the word for faith is shraddha. Shraddha. And I think at first glance, the word faith, it can be a little confusing with it's like blindly believing something, or just like trying something out, trying it out on faith, faith alone. And I think you can like maybe make this idea of like trust things will be okay. But all those alternate definitions or rephrasings of the word, they invite us to consider something outside of ourselves. They invite us to maybe have learned it from a book. We take it on faith. We just believe it. Or we learn it from someone else. Someone shared this wisdom with you and you just believe it. You feel like you need to trust them. Or we have to, so there's like a book, a person, and there's even like the future. I trust things will be okay. You have to see a future in your mind. And you also have to look into your past. In your mind is how things were. And then you cognize how things will be. Whether you like the word shraddha or faith or trust or whatever, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. Grace, whatever we're talking about, that there's this unfoldment happening. You're actually required. You can't not be faithful if you're present. If you're present with yourself, you're present for this moment. You are forced into this by you. Like it's a requirement. It's not possible without it to be devoted. There's no leap happening. There's no leap of faith. There's no jumping. There's not hoping you'll be scooped up. There's no chasm to cross. This moment is constant. It feels like a current. It feels like a current, like it's flowing, because our minds can remember a previous moment and moments. And we can forecast that it's going to be like that. So we can see the current, we call that past and future. But it's the mind that's doing that. Your consciousness, your mind is fabricating this concept of a current. You say, I'm flowing through my life. I'm flowing through time. This isn't all that accurate, really. Time is flowing through you. past happened through you. The future, if there's going to be a future, it will happen through you inside your mind. So, what do you need faith in? Faith that it will keep going? Faith that it will all work out? What? What's going to work out? What are we talking about? Instead, consider that this moment is constant. Reality is constant, it's unending. Awareness is independent, and everything else depends upon it. Without awareness, it all goes away. So, what could you have faith in? Awareness? That it's going to be there? Of course, it can't not be there. As you come into experience of experience, as we come to know we are the constant, the I am presence. We don't need to look to it. We don't need to rely on it. It can't be helped. There's no chasm of fear or uncertainty for us to cross. It is obvious that all things, time and space, depend upon this I am, this eternal existing. To think that you need to rely on it stops making sense. It forces us to create duality, to create a dichotomy, to see it as separate, to see it as other than what we are. And so I invite you to shed those prior conceptions around the word faith. Have faith that you do not need them, that what you are is what's really here, and it is not bound by this current of life, this fiction of pasts and futures, that those fragments of your mind that can look into the past and those pieces of the mind that imagine futures, they all are happening now. They are happening in the mind now. And this is not a theory. This is something that I truly believe you can see and perceive for yourself. No faith required. It is observational. It should be congruent with your own experience. that Shraddha could mean to revel in the beauty of the now. That it is not some struggle. And if to revel in the beauty of the now is to witness your mind look into your past and hope for a future, so be it. Let the mind have that experience in the now. But don't take that past and future in your mind for some current, some explanation for what's going on. Just let it be the experience of this now. As you sit here feeling the body in space, and that can just be the experience. That's what this is. Take it on faith. That's what this is. No need for explanation, no need for reason, purpose, or meaning. Unless reason, purpose, and meaning flood the mind. Now, that here you sit, okay, safe, free, unencumbered, present for whatever this is. And so it does not require a duality to make sense. There is only faith. There is only grace happening. That's what this moment is. And we cannot validate truly anything else. We can't say if those memories of our mind in the past really happened. We cannot even truly say this is going the way we think it's going. That it's a bunch of people sitting on a Zoom call listening. We don't know for certain that's what this is. Probable, but not for certain. The beauty of this work, we don't need to. You need not know what this really is. Just simply that it is. You know that this is. What it is, who knows? That it is, yeah, it's something, all right. That can be enough. That is enough. It's all it can be. Faith and grace together all the time. The moment appears to change shape because our minds collect fragments of memories of what it looked like once before. But that's all you have, memory of what it looked like. You do not know for certain. But you don't need to. At the moment, this moment is eternal. And inside this moment is a mind. And inside this mind are all these experiences, fragments, senses, a kaleidoscope of story. Do not get lost in the colors and the patterns. You need not go running into it, seeking a way out of it. Just isn't so. This now does not go away. You need not travel any distance to get back to it. All that you can truly know is that now is happening. But what about it? Inside the now is a mind. Inside the mind are memories of past, imaginings of future. Inside this mind are the sense experience. But what can we say about them for certain? We don't need to. It is enough for now to be what really is, what remains unchanged, constant. You do not have to get back to it. You do not need to find it. You don't even need to seek for it. You know that it is here because it is obvious. Have faith, it is enough. Because what else is there? It has to be enough. It holds up this entire fiction. It is grace. It provides this consciousness. It sustains it. Let the sensations, let the fragments of past memories and future imaginings, let them be vaporous. Let them come in and out of the now. Let them be what they are, shadows of light passing through. Rest in your resilience. It's your nature to be here. You are inescapable. You cannot get away from you, from this now that cannot change. Let the flickerings of your life be just that. They don't need explanation, proof, reason. They just are what they are. This is not a current or a stream. This is the eternal constant. This is that. The masters distilled this teaching into three simple words: Om Tat Sat. The eternal, all encompassing emanation that exists. That alone exists. Om Tat Sat. All these other things, all these other movements and stirrings, call it whatever you want. The play of consciousness, your life, the world. Call it whatever you want. It won't be the truth. It won't be accurate. The eternal now. That allows for all this else to play out. That alone exists. Om Tat Sat. You can't know it exists. You have to. It is not a can or cannot sort of problem. It is what is. It is was, must be. No explanation needed. No desperation needed. This is that. Nowhere to go, nowhere to get to, nothing to change. What is being experienced? This is that. Tat, Sat, this endless emanation, eternal resonance that exists, that alone exists. You see it as changing in the mind, but you see your mind in your awareness, because the mind is also changing, flickering, fading in and out, fading in and out of the now. You see memories of what was, imaginings of what can be. You see them now. You see a memory of how it was now. But you do not know anything beyond now. Faith is required. It is inescapable. And grace provides eternally, right now. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. The emanation that exists. All those names and forms flutter through the mind, and the mind comes in and out of that eternal now, which remains untouched and unchanged. You cannot get to it. You cannot stray from it. There is no path. Let them fade and flicker like shadows of light. Let them be whatever they are. You do not need to explain it. Let that which exists be what it is. Om Tat Sat. whisper on the lips, or maybe just whisper in the mind one time. Om Tat Sat. Please relax from the practice.